Koji, baseball or death?
Death.
What?
I mean, so much of my life is around baseball.
Mm.
You know, when I was a kid, I played it, and then we played travel baseball.
Wow.
And then now, as an adult, my son plays baseball year round. We practice every day. We have practices all the time. Pretty much every day is baseball.
What position did you play?
I played second base and kind of utilities. I played all over the place, but mostly second base. And my son is a catcher.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Catcher is the brain.
Yeah, he has to think about baseball a lot.
Wow. Did you know that I was a Nomo fan?
You were a Nomo fan? I was a Nomo fan too.
No, I wasn't a Nomo fan, but according to Fox News, I was a Nomo fan.
Because you're Japanese?
Yeah.
He was really good though.
So when he came to America, the Fox News came to my office with, everybody who works there were Japanese, and they came to our office and interviewed everyone, and everybody knew about baseball. I don't know anything about baseball. And so I was like, okay, Nomo, I hope Nomo will do well because he's my age, he's Japanese,
yeah.
he's a nice looking man. And then everybody else said like something smart. They pick my footage to be on TV.
Oh, nice.
So it says, Michelle, Nomo fan.
But your son played baseball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays baseball.
He
right?
plays baseball.
Okay, he's a pitcher?
He does everything, but
Okay.
oh gosh, he pitched and he hit a boy. 3 kids in a row. So I'm like, okay, let's get out of here. Welcome to episode number 8 of the Japanese America podcast. My name is Michelle, and I'm one of your hosts.
And I'm Koji. How was the beginning of the school year going for you?
Yay, it's great. I am back to school taking my music class again.
Well, your kids are in school now,
Oh,
too.
my kids. Oh, gosh. My daughter became a high school student.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she went to the homecoming game already at
Oh, wow.
high school. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's American high school, like Greece.
Greece. Okay. And for me, school is a wonderful time because I get a lot of writing done and work. Because during the summer, the amount of work I get done is so much less in terms of my writing and producing stuff. So it's nice to have, 8 o'clock to 3 to get my work done. And then after that, it's all baseball.
And don't you also teach?
I do teach, but mostly that's at night or some of during the day, but mostly at night. That I do during the summer and the winter. Like that doesn't change anything. I teach year round. So it's always just, and the scheduling doesn't match up with my son's scheduling. It's the quarters are all kind of all over the place. So this is where we look at all things Japanese American. We will bring alive the history, culture, and people that make up this diverse community. Please consider writing a review of our show on the platform you use to listen to this podcast. We know it's a pain in the butt, but it does go a long way in helping the show. It helps us reach new listeners, grow our show, and most importantly, it enables us to keep putting out the content that we hope you enjoy. In this month's episode, we're getting ready for the baseball playoffs by looking at the Manzanar Baseball Project.
During the 1940s, baseball was the national pastime of the U.S., including in America's World War II concentration camps. Japanese Americans created leagues in all 10 camps, and the games drew huge crowds with spectators often standing and sitting on bare dirt under the blazing sun. Baseball was a way for Japanese Americans to find a sense of normalcy, uplift their spirits, and claim a connection to American culture. Today, the Manzanar Baseball Project is rebuilding and bringing to life the baseball diamond at Manzanar National Historic Site. Artist and project director Dan Kwon is spearheading the project.
2 exhibition games are planned for September, the Little Tokyo Giants and the Lodi JACL Templars, as well as North versus South All-Star game. We are lucky enough to have one of those players join us for the podcast, a member of JANM's board, Joshua Morey. Joshua Morey is a chairperson of Origen and president of J. Morey Company, Inc. Origen amplifies the voice of diverse communities throughout America by providing resources, services, and perpetuation planning for independent agents and brokers from diverse backgrounds. Morey serves on the board of directors for the U.S.-Japan Council, JANM, and the Little Tokyo Community Council, and the Japanese Evangelical Mission Society. Wow.
Wow, I didn't know there are baseball teams. What, the little Tokyo Giants?
Yeah, they're like adult baseball teams.
Oh, and Lodi?
Lodi,
How many Japanese Americans are there?
I don't know. There's a lot of Japanese Americans who are playing baseball.
In Lodi? Wow.
Probably from that area. I don't imagine they're all from Lodi.
Okay, because I've driven through.
Yeah, it's like a farming community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
First, let's get to know Josh a little bit. Tell us about yourself, Josh.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Josh Morey, the president of the J. Morey Company and chairperson of Origin Insurance Group. Come from a legacy business that my dad and uncle started 44 years ago. And since then, we have roots in the communities that I grew up in Little Tokyo and in San Jose, Japantown, and I've since expanded to Hawaii as well. That's what I do as my day job. What I do on the side is I love baseball. And so multiple different engagements and businesses surrounding baseball as well.
Next, we asked Josh about when he fell in love with baseball.
I fell in love with baseball, probably 4 years old. My dad was lefty, and I think he was trying to force me to be a left-handed pitcher, but I was naturally right-handed. But got into baseball at T-ball, and I loved the game. First time I picked up a bat, and that's like came home from school and just want to like play catch in the backyard or hit baseballs. I would say though that my love for the game grew when the Dodgers won the World Series in 1988, and I mean, just like seeing the energy when Kirk Gibson hit that home run for game one, and like 88, I was probably like 6 years old. And so, but I still have vivid memories, and I was living in the Bay Area at the time too. And so like not many Dodger fans up there. My dad bled Dodger blue, growing up in the Bay. So, I mean, I think at that moment, I really, really fell in love with the game. And sorry, long-winded answer to your question. I think there like different steps, but it was when Hideo Nomo came to America and played for the Dodgers that I think I really started identifying with the game. And growing up, I was the only Asian person on my team. I was usually the smallest kid. And to be able to see someone like Hideo Nomo come and have such great success, that someone that looked like me and that everyone else on my team was trying to emulate with his like tornado, wind up, it kind of became cool to have my teammates emulate someone that looked like me. And so I think that's where I personally started identifying and embracing the game as who I was in the game.
While researching Josh, I found out he played college baseball. More of that to come later. So I asked him to tell us about his baseball career.
So I played baseball my whole life. Actually played 3 sports my whole life. Unlike today where my kids are having to pick one. Played in high school, went on to play at Wheaton College, and then went on to play in Japan bounced around for a couple years and came back and hung it up in 2006.
I noticed that Josh was always batting high in the order. So I asked him what kind of hitter he was and who his professional player comp was.
Oh my goodness. I think my player comp's Dave Roberts. I depended on my speed, great defensively, hit for a high average. I guess that's relative, but in my mind, a high average and mostly singles and doubles.
Michelle, Josh played in Japan. What do you think the challenges of a Japanese American playing baseball in Japan would be?
Wow, he played in Japan?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. There are many foreign gaijin baseball players.
But not Japanese American.
I know. Gaijin baseball players called sketo, like helpers.
Yeah.
But I didn't know Japanese Americans.
I don't think there were a lot of them.
Yeah.
He might be the one of few.
Because I don't know. Japanese people are racist. I'm sorry, I am one of them. But because there are only 2 races, Japanese and foreigners, non-Japanese. And Japanese Americans look Japanese, but once they, people figure they don't speak Japanese and they start treating you kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be, that's what I was thinking. It must be tough because culturally it's so different.
Yeah. I think Japanese people are a little jealous, maybe. I don't know.
Japan is very in-group, out-group.
Yes.
And so Japanese Americans are definitely out-group. So I think that's a big issue that comes up if a Japanese American plays in Japan. But I think the bigger issue is almost philosophically, like everything is super different. And I think that there's an expectation with a Japanese American that they understand those expectations.
And also, like Japanese players in Japan, they've been playing since they were little in Japanese leagues, and they have like senpai, kohai.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, but that's what I mean, that there's these kind of expectations that are completely different, like just how they interact with their teammates and how they interact with the coaches and other players. And, like, for example, I played a summer in Japan, and I remember, I was, they made fun of me a lot because my approach to baseball was very American, like I would try to hit the ball hard or pull the ball. In Japan, that at the time especially wasn't the case. And so every time I would do something, that they would just say things like stupid American or, like,
oh, that's so mean.
Well, it's just, I mean, they wouldn't say it out loud, but it was like in the looks, right? So I think that there would be kind of those expectations where I think it might be easier if you don't look Japanese. Because then they just expect you to be stupid and not know anything anyway.
Yeah.
So, but the moment you look Japanese, it's probably pretty challenging.
I think.
That's why I tell my son it's probably easier to play in Mexico than it would be to play in Japan. Because in Mexico, everyone knows that you're not Mexican. Because it's clear you're not Mexican.
But if my son plays in Mexico, he looks Mexican.
Oh, because he's Hapa.
Yeah, he's Hapa. Okay. Oh my gosh, my son's playing with Mexican people at adult league.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, who won? He's like, I don't know. They drank like 3 cases of Modelo in 2 innings, and they are all drunk.
That's funny. So he plays in adult league now?
No, he got invited to play because he works at the restaurant.
Oh, got it.
And so he's been going here and there, but like, he's like, he loves it because they have tacos.
Well, the Mexican league pays really well.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they actually pay really well. They pay better than American independent ball.
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't know about Japan, though. I don't know how much Japan pays.
Next, we asked Josh about the importance of baseball to the Japanese American community.
To me, the significance of baseball to our community stems from the incarceration camps. And I know for certain that it did provide a sense of normalcy, just being in the camps and being around a game that still required 1 ball, 9 players, a wooden bat, and people competing at this as if they were competing back in LA or San Francisco or wherever it was. I think that really helped solidify our community within the camps. And I think coming out of the camps, these teams that were formed have now continued on. And like this year for NAU, we're celebrating our 70th state tournament. So it just says a lot about how the baseball was so influential then and is still very influential in our community now.
We asked Josh about the Manzanar Baseball Project.
I love it. So Dan is the mastermind behind this Manzanar Baseball Project. That he had this vision of bringing baseball back to the camps. And I think it goes into all the research that he did of how influential baseball was in creating community in such a hard time. And so he wanted to go and find home plate at Manzanar. And he's got pictures about all the brush that was in the area and how hard it was to actually find home plate and then start clearing out the brush, laying down the foundation, and create an actual field where we can bring back our community for the first time to play on this field.
And how he got involved in the project.
Surprisingly, so I'm 41. Soon to be 42. I don't know how old Dan Kwong is, but he's been playing for the Little Tokyo Giants for, I don't know, a long time, right? And so Dan still plays with us. He started sharing this idea when we're playing on Sundays that he wanted to go and find and bring back a game to Manzanar. And so inevitably he looped some of us in. I haven't been up to the field yet at Manzanar, but a lot of our teammates have gone to help Dan clear the field and build the field. And his whole thing is like, if we build it, they will come. So yeah, I mean, inevitably playing with Dan looped me in, and he knows how meaningful baseball is in my life. So asked me to also play in the game.
Finally, we asked about the importance of the Manzanar Baseball Project to the community.
I don't think many people realize the power of baseball and the power that baseball had within our community during the incarceration. So there's some documentaries that I've done recently. There's one called Baseball Behind Barbed Wire. And although I've read a lot of the history, to be able to see that and see how impactful it was to bring us all together, I think would be great for our broader community to understand and to know. And like Dan says, if you build it, they will come. I think so many people within our community are going to come and they're going to, experience this game, experience the impact that a simple game can have on building community, but also just like tying us back to our broader roots of education, educating ourselves on the incarceration camps post-war, where we are today, and like even looking to the future of, our impact as Japanese Americans in broader America. I think this simple game is gonna be able to help bring to light stories that we've never heard.
And what it meant to Josh personally.
I love baseball and I love my community. And although my family was at Manzanar, my family was in Amachi, tying two things that I love together and to be able to take part in a historic game that can help us, remember where we came from, but also think about like, what does the future of our community look like? I mean, it is through the love of baseball that I'm most excited about this, but to think about the broader impact of what we can do, it's a gathering point for us to like springboard what we can do more in the future.
Koji, what does that Manzanar Baseball Project mean to you?
Being able to go back and find the home plate and redo these moments, I think it's really important for the community for a couple of reasons. It brings us together, right, in different circumstances. I think it also brings up the historic and the educational about why these Japanese Americans are playing in this concentration camp in the middle of the desert. I think those are all important things. And like I heard that they might do a baseball game for kids, Japanese American kids, and I want my son to play there because I think it's important for him to understand that even though these Japanese Americans were incarcerated behind barbed wire, they were making the best of a bad situation, right? That they were playing baseball, they were having beauty contests, all those kinds of things were there. And that these people, just like they could have been sitting around being sad, or they just tried to make the best of it. And that baseball represented 3 hours or 2 hours of being able to get away from the incarceration, so to speak, and play. So I think that it's an important reminder, and the more important reminders that we have of this to not only the Japanese American community, but the broader community, I think is really important. What about you? What do you think the Manzanar Baseball Project means?
I think it's going to connect all the people like dot by dot together as a community, because a lot of people still love baseball. I mean, yes. Baseball used to be the pastime, but nowadays there are many other choices.
It's still the only.
Yeah. But now with Ohtani, everybody loves baseball.
Yes.
So
especially here in LA.
Yes. And I think it's going to get more attention by different type of people. Mm-hmm. And I think it will put the light, not just the baseball project, but the whole
incarceration.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely. I was super curious about what it was like for Josh to play baseball in Japan.
Yeah, being Japanese American playing in Japan, people kind of just expected me to speak Japanese, and my Japanese was horrible. And so I would try a little bit. So I think that was the hard part, is almost like just blending in with everybody and expecting to know all the norms, like even just baseball norms. I didn't quite understand. I would say that was also the most exciting part for me, was I get to play in a game that I love and also learn it through a different lens. So, showing up for us in America 2 hours before the game, while in Japan, it's well beyond 2 hours before the game. Right? And the way that you respect your opponents, you respect your equipment, you respect your coach, your teammates, it takes it to another level. So, I got to really kind of experience a different culture, even though I am Japanese American. Never experienced baseball from playing in Japan.
Of course, being a baseball dad, I needed to ask Josh for advice for my son.
I mean, it's the greatest game created in the history of mankind. So I love it. And I get nostalgic about it. I mean, to the extent where I can't give it up. I still play almost every Sunday, NAU, LABO, whenever I can pick up a bat and ball and be part of a team. But I think any encouragement I'd give to your son or any other JAs that are playing baseball, love baseball, is like it starts with the love for the game. Most of us aren't going to go on and play professionally, but the game of baseball teaches so much about life that I carry with me every day. And, if you're a 300 hitter, that means you fail 7 out of 10 times. So being able to forget your mistake quickly because you're going to have another at bat that day. And same thing here. What I do in business is like, just because I strike out once in a meeting, I'm going to have multiple meetings today. So how do you quickly erase that? And baseball terminology, how do you turn the page? and turning the page, moving on. But, love for the game is number one, and it's going to teach so many lessons about life.
Last but not least, we have to ask, what's the importance of Shohei Ohtani?
From Nomo and all the excitement to where we sit today with Ohtani, went to the All-Star game in Colorado a couple years ago, and I thought that our community was the only one rooting for Ohtani. But when I showed up to the game, it doesn't matter what color skin you are, it doesn't matter where you were from in America, everybody had on Ohtani jerseys. And I just felt so proud, because awesome for me to see a Japanese player be the face of baseball. I think it does kind of change the narrative of who can accomplish anything in through this game, through in America, through whatever lens you're looking at. But I'm just so proud to see someone that looks like us being the face of baseball worldwide.
Michelle, now that we've heard all of this, what are your thoughts?
On Shohei Ohtani?
On all of it, on everything we've heard.
I used to work for Japanese TV news, sport news, and I used to interview Matsui, the Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The New York Yankees.
New York
outfielder.
Yankees. And that was so much fun. And now Shohei Ohtani is here. And I don't know, like baseball game is so much fun. You go to different parks and and it just brings everybody's smile.
Yeah.
And I think this project is amazing. I can't wait to see the game and outcome.
For me, I think what Shohei and kind of what it all represents, what this project represents as well, is that, Asian Americans, Japanese Americans are as American as everybody else. And, when people see people that look different playing the sport that is the ultimate example of America, then I think it opens it up in ways that make it more inclusive. Like, for example, my son plays, like I've talked about, my son plays travel baseball. And there's a definite different feel for my son now than it was when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, I was pretty much the only Asian person around. There was never Asian people. Now my son's team is about half Asian American. There's, we go to places and we play teams with Asians, not a lot, but more than before. And, when I was playing, there's a lot of, I wouldn't say necessarily racism, but a lot of doubt about my ability to play there. But now you see people like Shohei Ohtani or Ichiro Suzuki or Hideo Nomo or any of those guys, and then you realize that we can play baseball. For Japanese Americans, we've been playing baseball, pre the World War II. That just shows how Americanized and how American we are, how good old fashioned American we are.
Yeah, the baseball, so you don't have to speak the English language to
just
play together.
English.
Yeah. I mean, home, I don't know. You don't say home. Home run, I don't know. But it's just like stand-up comedy. I do stand-up comedy. You show up and people don't even say hi to me sometimes because I'm not them.
Yeah.
But if you do a good set, they'll all come to me and say hi. I think the baseball is the same thing. Like when you show up, you kind of feel like outside a little bit. But when you play really good, you're one of them and they really like people who plays together.
Yeah. I mean, there's actually a funny story. We traveled to Iowa at the Field of Dreams tournament and my son participated in the home run contest.
Oh, wow.
And he was not a foot shorter. He's probably like 6 or 7 inches, but significantly shorter than everybody else. And I remember when he was going up to bat for the home run contest, everyone's like,
yeah, right.
Well, they weren't saying anything racist, which what I was listening for was something like racist about him. But they were more like, who's a short kid?
Yeah.
Which was different because when I was a kid, that would have been like, who's the Jap or something.
Yeah.
But now it's like, who's the short kid? And then the moment he hit 2 out of 3 home runs.
Oh, wow.
And then they were like cheering for him.
Yes.
And I think that that's a direct effect of seeing people like Shohei Ohtani that, because before Shohei, the criticism, even Godzilla or Mazuki or Matsui. Yeah. Even before him, the stereotype of Japanese players was that they couldn't hit home runs, that we could hit singles like Ichiro or doubles and stuff. And we could run around faster. We could pitch, but never hit home runs, never be the big home run hitter. And I think that seeing people like Shohei opens the doors to make people think, oh, well, he might be short or he might be Japanese or he might be Asian, but that he could do it, and that made me really happy to see, that there was a lot of that representation means so much to it.
I love that, the mural over there.
Oh,
that you could see
in Little Tokyo, the mural.
Little Tokyo.
It moves, right?
That's what I think you're supposed to scan the QR code.
So Michelle's talking about in Little Tokyo on the Miyako Hotel.
Yes.
On the wall, there's a giant mural of Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto. And there's a QR code, I think, in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Like you have to go to the parking lot, you scan the QR code, it brings you to a website. And then when you take a picture of it, it moves.
Wow.
I didn't know this, actually. I've been here like a year or like 6 months since it's gone up. I didn't even know until my wife told me when we came here for lunch the other day.
Oh.
And she took a picture and she showed it to me. So yeah, there's an awesome mural. I mean, who would have thought that we would have a mural of like probably one of the best baseball players in the world.
Japanese.
That's who's Japanese. Yeah, that's crazy.
So I have a question.
Yes.
The baseball game is going to be held at Manzanar?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So Josh talked about how Dan was, by the way, we tried to interview Dan, but Dan's busy setting it up. So we weren't able to get that. But Dan had to go look for the home plate, like the original home plate. And I think he found it. And then he started, getting all the plants out and putting dirt in and stands. And so that's what they've been working on. So they're going to have the game there. From what I heard, originally it was going to be open just to anybody.
Yes.
I wanted to go there with my family, but I think last I heard that it wasn't going to be open to public. It's only going to open to the families. And then they'll stream it live. But I think in the future, they want to have games like my son or something that could play there.
Also, time to build a hotel there.
I think there's hotels not next to Manzanar, but in Lone Pine or the city right next door. There's a bunch of hotels that we've stayed at.
Yeah, because I went to In and Out after I visited Manzanar. Yeah. I had to drive 2 hours.
No, there's a city right next door.
Oh,
I mean, not next door, like 20 minutes away. Yeah. So there's like motels and hotels. But the only thing that's interesting about the kids game is that there's just, I mean, how many Japanese American baseball players are around?
Well, you
like kids, like
okay, your kid.
Yeah. I have another Japanese American, Logan, on my team. So there's 2. But other than there's just not a lot of Japanese Americans.
Well, my son is 18, so he's not a kid anymore.
He could play on these teams.
Oh, the Lodi.
No, he can play on the Little Tokyo team. To learn more about the life inside of the concentration camps, I invite you guys to come to JANM and walk through our ongoing exhibition, Common Ground, Heart of a Community. My favorite section is where you can see a picture of people playing baseball, but also you can see Japanese American incarcerees making the best of a bad situation. Things like dances, basketball, and even a beauty contest. Michelle, if you could go back to one of these concentration camps, what activity would you want to still do?
Well, if I could go back to the concentration camp,
not go back, but if you could go to a concentration camp,
I used to do hand quilting.
Oh,
and I think it'll be fun to form a quilting bees.
Okay,
with the other ladies.
That's interesting.
But also, like calligraphy would be nice.
No, you probably don't want to be Japanese calligraphy.
Oh, but there's English like American calligraphy.
Because anything Japanese would be seen as not good. Oh, but they still did it. I think they still did it. They did like ikebana and stuff. But I think that the less Japanese things you did, the better, probably.
I also there are so many photographers.
Yeah,
and I love them all. And the mountains are really nice.
Yeah, although I think it was illegal originally to bring in cameras. Oh,
because it could be a spy-ish.
Yeah, but I think that people did sneak in cameras. It wasn't, I mean, there are examples of people sneaking cameras. And when Ansel Adams came to visit, he hired Miyatake to take pictures as well. But he was taking not the pictures with him. He was taking his own pictures. But yeah, that would be great.
Or maybe I could be the model.
If I were in one of these camps, I would want to play baseball. I mean, that's what I want to do. But I have to admit that if you guys come to the exhibition and you see the picture of the beauty queen, she's really hot.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I would want to be a part of that.
Oh, maybe I don't know. I just want to be a model for the photographers. But I
want to be the boyfriend of the model or the beauty queen.
Oh, that'd be nice. Can you be the arm candy?
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh Morey, for your time, and thank you all for listening. There are almost 3 million podcasts. We are honored you've chosen to listen to ours.
And if you like the podcast, please share it with your friends, family, and even your enemies. You'll be doing a lot to help us keep bringing exciting and fun content every month.
This podcast is a program of the Japanese American National Museum. The museum's mission is to promote understanding and appreciation of America's ethnic and cultural diversity by sharing the Japanese American experience.
Please rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast. And be sure to join us next month when we talk giant robots.
Giant robots? What? That sounds fun.
All right, bye.
Bye.